I gotta record the 4th original song all over again. No, it's not even work shenanigans, it's vtuber shenanigans. I have to redo the song. What happened? The person in charge of 4th original song was like, nope. It's raw. Do it again. They were like, it's raw. Where's the lamb sauce? Do it again. Send it back in the kitchen and do it again. So that's what I'll be doing tonight. No, Isla didn't yell at. Isla did not yell at me. Isla's not in charge of 4th original song. Remember, they want me and Nene to record first, so that's why. Friday? Last Friday, I did the recordings, got it in early, submitted them in, but I just got the feedback today, a few hours ago. It got sent back to the kitchen. They have to re-record the whole thing over again. So there we go. That's all. That's all. What do you mean? No, Isla's not gonna yell at me. They were more likely to yell at Isla. But Nene and me are thinking so that Isla and Reina know what to expect. So here we go. I'm not gonna stream for too long since surprise song recording. I'm gonna save my voice. You know who I'm looking at? Know who I'm looking at? Listen. Just listen. Oh, okay. Okay, I moved the cat tree to be... There it is. I moved the cat tree to be kind of close to my desk. I moved the cat tree in order to be close to my desk. So he's taken a new interest in the cat tree after not having interest in cat tree in several months. But he is not a fan of streaming. So when I start the stream, that's when he is disturbed. Right, I had early morning meeting and he was in the cat tree Just laying there, that was fine. But the second they start streaming, he's like, fudge VTubers. So there we go. TB and Charlotte Susan Auntie unironically. Hello, hello! Hello! Vampires and charlatans! Salut, bonjour, guten Morgen, salamataги, shash, namaste, ni hao, konnichiwa, Vietnamese greeting, and ya, konnichiwa. This is you. How is everybody doing today? Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you're all doing well. Dude, let me tell you. The drama from yesterday has been resolved. There was a meeting about it. Hey, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me tend to this child. Give me a minute. Is that woman fired? Of course not, mother fudger. Okay, there is a dude in our department who is hitting on the young ladies in our department. Okay, did I not talk about this? So there is a dude in our department. Back when I was newer, maybe like 2 or 3 years into it, there was a young girl who was the secretary, and this man, by the way, is married with 2 children. And so this girl who used to work as the secretary, right? She was engaged, right? She got engaged, and her fiance was like in the military or something, or army or something, right? So yeah, so her fiance was like in the military or something, right? And he was being deployed, so she and him, they got engaged and they were going to move to, I think, like North Carolina or something like that, right? Right? So, this girl only has like 2 weeks left, right? She only has like 2 weeks left. Because she's engaged and her fiance is like being stationed in North Carolina, right? And she's like, I'm going to go with him, right? So she's leaving in like 2 weeks. This guy, once again, older dude, married with 2 young children. He says to her, hey, yeah, I'm gonna miss you around here, but let me ask you a question. Does your fiance... How can I clean this up? Does your fiance please you in a sexual way? Like what, mother fudger? That was the first offense. Okay, again. This girl has like already 1 foot out the door, right? She is engaged. Yes, that is the Okay, this dude has like 30 years on this girl, right? Next up, right? So, she leaves. So, there is a girl who, was more of a, like a kind of more, like, not like a secretary like this other girl, but more of like a direct coworker to me, right? Right? She was alright, she was chill. This girl, right, this coworker of mine, in my little department, in my little subdivision of this larger department, she has a long-time boyfriend, right? She has a long-time boyfriend. They call each other she would say that her boyfriend calls her, yeah, this is my wife. Yeah, don't you mess with my wife. Right? Even though they're not married. But yeah, but she's been with this dude forever, right? Older dude would like try to make some conversation with this girl and try to like ask some personal relationship questions, right? One day, she and her boyfriend like went to like, I don't know, like Mexico or something for like vacation, right? They went to like Mexico for vacation or something. So she's there on the beach when she gets like a text message. She gets like a text message from older dude at work, right? And he's like, hey baby, hey, where are you? I haven't seen you in the office in like a couple of days. I miss you. Again, she's like on vacation in like Mexico or like the Bahamas or something, you know. Once again, this dude has like heckin' like 30 years on all of us young women here in this darn office. He's married. His wife and kids literally came to the office one Christmas. So, like, we have met this man's wife and little kids.
Hey, I haven't seen you in the office for a couple of days. Where are you? I miss you. How's my baby doing?
Right. One day, this girl... Does the wife know about this? Obviously not. So, this girl, okay, was leaving, right? And I was like staying later. So I was gonna be like the last one in the office. She like said, hey, Charlotte. Just so you're aware. Older dude has been like hitting on all like the young girls here in the office. So, since you're going to be the only one left here in the office, you may want to lock the room door. You know, so you're not alone with him. Right? So she like gave me a heads up and told me what his crimes, right? However, I don't... Okay. So, and also, she told me that she told the supervisor at the time, and the supervisor was like,
what?
And they had like a talk to him. They just had a talk. So yeah, he was never fired. He was just given a talking to. However, okay, if I'm being honest, older dude has never hit on me like that because the girl who, you know, was the girl who told me this, and the girl who was the secretary who, you know, who left to be with her fiance in North Carolina or wherever. Both of those girls, I think dude has a type. Both of those girls are Latina. Right? Both of those girls are Latina. I am not Latina. So I think dude... And also, older dude is not Latina, okay? Older dude is not Latina, okay? Let's just be clear. Older dude, married with 2 kids, he's not Latino. Okay, he's not Latino. Okay? Yeah, I think he just likes Latinas. So that's why he never hit on me. Shadow works at your office. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I never noticed any creepy behavior directed towards me from this dude. Right, but I think he's just going after the Latinas. Right. Cause the only people who have reported his creepy behavior are 2 like young Latina women, right? Again, dude has like 25, 30 years on us, okay? So, But to this day, this dude is still hacking employed, and it's been years. It's been years since this happened. Years. Dude is still employed. So no! I feel like it. Okay, literally the only time somebody... No, 2 times. 2 times somebody was like fired from my department. No, 3 times. One, I think they just phased out his job. Right, like he was a chill dude. I think they just phased out his position. Like they made his position redundant. Is he at least good at his job? Man, I don't know. Okay, yeah, the first person to be let go since I started working there at least was a dude. He was alright. I think they just like made his job redundant, so they wanted to cut costs, so they cut his job. The second dude, he accessed something that he was not supposed to access and bragged about it to another coworker. And that dude had been working for our organization for like 20 plus years, okay? Also, this dude was hacking kinda fudging weird. Let me tell you, this dude was hacking kinda weird. Not the money, no, he accessed some sensitive information. Yes, he had access to it, but he did not have permission to access it in that manner at that moment. And the rules are clear. The rules are super clear. Like, people can be like hacking sued, okay? People can be hacking sued, right? But he like, for funsies, is like, guess the power I have! Yeah! He just wanted to show off the power that he had. And he was like, yeah, look, look at all the sensitive information I have access to, right? And it's like important enough that like, yeah, it's like pretty important information, and if it gets in the wrong hands, ne'er-do-wells can ne'er-do-well, you know? And also like people can be sued, okay? Right? So he was just like bragging and showing it off. And he was reported for that. Yeah, he was like showing off his power when he should not have been showing off his power. So he got fired for that. And again, this was a dude who had been working for the organization for like coming on like 20 hacking years, right? That's like working for the government, getting access to classified documents and showing them to everyone to show you how to... Yeah, exactly, okay? Okay, this is not a government job, but it's similar to that. Yeah, I have the secret access. Yeah, and I'm just gonna brag about it, you know, like, yeah. Yeah. So he was let go for that. And then the third person who was fired was a dude who was working for like 2 or 3 months, but it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't really like him. Kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I guess he rubbed the higher-ups the wrong way too, because they let him go. And I remember he came up. I remember they called him in the meeting, and then he came up. Oh, sorry, there's actually a fourth person! Okay. This was an action-packed time at the office. Wow. Okay, this was even like before I like moved away on my own and started working remotely, right? This was an action-packed time in the office. Okay, so the third dude who was fired, he was like, yeah, he had only been working for like 2 or 3 months. So I guess he was on probation and he just didn't gel well. I mean, and he kind of like, I didn't really like the dude, right? I remember they called him into a meeting, unsuspicious. After a while, he came up and he was like,
They fired me.
Sits in chair depressingly, stares in disbelief at the floor. And I remember I was in my cubicle, and he said,
They fired me.
right? And I looked like, what? I remember like looking up and like, oh, okay. Wait, what? Right, bro, think what's gonna happen? Nah, I don't know. Like sometimes there's like random hacking meetings. Okay, like it doesn't matter. Like it's not always bad news. And he like sat, and I remember him just plopping into the chair, staring in disbelief. And then he was like,
They said that they don't think I know my stuff. Can you believe that? I don't know my stuff. I don't know burgers.
And so he just like went into his office to like mope for like 5 minutes, and then big higher up comes and he's like,
Yes, we gotta let you go, but as per, policy, you gotta leave.
Right? Cause, yeah, he was like sitting there moping for like a good like 10 minutes and not like packing his stuff. Right? Not packing his stuff at all. So they had, the higher up had to come and like retrieve him. Next person who got fired was a woman. Actually, we have a rare woman firing here. Okay, let me tell you about this lady. Yeah, of course I feel defeated, but you don't like hang around where you're not wanted. But anyways, the fourth, which is it's a few months after this third firing, right? Which happened like maybe 2 months after the firing of the dude like flaunting his power, right? Like I said, there's action-packed time. Okay? This period of time is action-packed at the office. So, there's this lady, right? This older woman. She's like okay, imagine, you know, like a middle-aged woman. She's like late 40s, early 50s. But it's the kind of like middle-aged woman who is so desperate to cling on and dress and act as if though she's fresh out of college. This is the kind of woman, right? Okay. So imagine like a 45 to 55-year-old woman who dresses and acts like, yeah, I'm just like a 21-year-old, right? Right? So, let me tell you about this lady. So, she kept saying things like, okay, I'll have it done on Friday. Friday comes, not done. With like no heads up, no explanation, no like, sorry, I'm working on it, I need a little bit more time. No, it's just, she like constantly dropped the ball, right? Now, at this time, there was two Indian girls, right? Two Indian girls who worked in my little subdivision. And there was like an Indian holiday called like, I think it's called like Diwali. Something like that, Diwali. And they were like gonna celebrate Diwali, right? Beats me what this holiday is about, okay? I just know it's like an Indian holiday, right? Yeah. And these two girls, they were from India, and they were gonna celebrate Diwali, right? Middle-aged woman who acts like she's 21 years old is not an Indian woman, okay? She is not an Indian woman. But she's like, what? Indian dresses are so pretty. I wanna join the Diwali celebration. I wanna join Diwali. And these girls, these Indian girls, very nice. Never had any problems with them. Very nice girls, right? They're like, okay, we're having the celebration here at this location, right? On this day. At this time. We'll be wearing the traditional Indian dress that is appropriate for such a celebration. Oh, I want to wear the Indian dress. It's so pretty. The clothing is so pretty. Okay. Let's meet up outside of work. We'll help you pick out a dress, right? We'll help you pick out a dress. She decided, I'm gonna pick out the outfit myself. I'm gonna pick out. This is not why she was fired, by the way. This is just to give you context on this lady, okay? I'm gonna pick out this dress by myself. This lady goes to some random, like, Indian clothing store. She picks out some clothing. She shows up at the Diwali celebration. My two coworkers, they look at her and it's like, this is a dress for a wedding. Not for Diwali. This is a wedding. You wear this to a wedding. And she's like, well, I didn't know that. I just thought it was beautiful. But they literally offered. They were like, let us help you. We'll pick out the appropriate outfit for you. She thought she could do it by her. She thought she could eyeball it. Cause, they're all the same, right? We could just wear it. I don't know, you have people of the culture, like, willing to help you, invite you, but you're say, I can do it myself! So, people looking at her funny. People looking at her funny. Surprise! Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. So, that happened just again to give you context about what this lady is about, right? So, apparently she has like an adult daughter who is not on speaking terms with her, right? That her adult daughter has cut her off, not on speaking terms with her mother. For what reason, I don't know. However, based on the way she acted in the office, I can surmise why that is the case. So, after her dropping the ball at work one too many times, there was the so not the previous supervisor, not my previous supervisor. So right now I have a lady supervisor. The previous supervisor had been there for hecking time, even longer than me. The guy before this dude. He was the supervisor. Right? He was the supervisor. He was alright. This guy was supervisor at the time. He asked her, make this burger. When will you have it done? She was like, I have it done on Thursday. Okay. Thursday comes, no burger. Friday comes, no burger. Monday, Tuesday, he goes to her. And she's like, we're like all in the same room. He goes to her and he's like, where burger? You said you'd have burger done on Thursday. Well, I just don't have it done. I just have a lot on my plate. I remember he did okay. If you take your index finger and you do like the thing like come here motion, he did that to her! And I'm like, what the fudge? Like, is she that's so weird. To me, I'm like, you don't do that gesture to like a 50-year-old woman. And so they go into the office, right? He closes the door and they start having a shouting match. And me and okay, remember girl who went on like vacation with her boyfriend? Latina girl, and her boyfriend calls her, this is my wife, I love my wife, even though they're not married. Me and her are like just standing in the back. Okay, the chat is you as supervisor at the time, and this and middle-aged woman, and me and Latina girl, we're all like, and they're just, and we're like, right, because even if you close the door, we can still hear this, right? Hear the shouting match. And me, I'm of the opinion that, no, you never get into a shouting match at hacking work. I don't care what she did. I'm not defending her actions, but you always de-escalate. Sorry, we're not about to get into shouting matches at fudging heckin' work, Like, what the fudge? That's a little too much. De-escalate. I know you're mad. Legit to be mad. De-escalate. Sorry, I'm always of the opinion that you should de-escalate. So, everybody's mad. And then she gets, like, fired, 2 days later after this. And then she's like, she goes to the two poor Indian girls, right? And she's like, yeah, I've been let go. You guys were really nice. Do you think they would write me a recommendation letter for my next job? And they look at her like, Do you look at her like, what? No. Wait, would you actually ask for a recommendation letter from a job who let you go? Like, what the fudge? So there you go. There you go. That was the 4th firing, and I don't believe anybody has been fired since. If they were, I'm not aware. But, I'm gonna say, like, maybe, yeah, I'm gonna say, like, maybe, like 6 months after that, I moved, right, and started working remotely, full time. Yeah, so, yeah, about 6 months after that, I moved. So, you can sexually harass the young Latinas in the workplace, and you will not be fired. But being several days late on making that burger will get you fired. Okay, this is not like her first, like, infraction, I guess. Okay, so it's not like she fudged up one time, okay? So I think it's like a little bit long time coming. Oh, yeah. I think what also like put people on like a bad mood with her is that. So the higher up, the highest of ups, sometimes would poach our secretary to like be their secretary Friday afternoons. So we have no secretary for Friday afternoons, so we need somebody to fill, right? And sometimes they would ask this middle-aged woman, hey, on Friday afternoons, can you be secretary? And to that request, she was like, I think we need a meeting to discuss my duties and expectations. Okay, so that also may have played a bit of a role. Okay. That was her response to, hey, for like 3 hours, 4 hours or so, can you be secretary? Can you answer the phones on Friday afternoons? Cause the people, the big boss at the top, like their secretary for some reason could not do secretarial work on Friday afternoons for whatever reason, so they needed a replacement every Friday, so they just poached ours. So yeah. I remember me telling my mother about this, and my mother was like, yeah, that lady's insane. Like sometimes, sometimes I have to fill in at the heckin' front desk and answer phones just for a couple of darn hours, cause our secretary is out or whatever. Like I'm not too good to answer the darn phone for a couple of hours. Yeah, but like I said, middle-aged woman was like, you're asking me to answer the phones for like 4 hours every Friday? I think we need a meeting to discuss my job description and roles and expectations. Yeah, if anyone else has been fired, I am not aware. So, back to the topic at hand. No, they did not fire the lady. Okay, no, I couldn't be secretary. Let me tell you about my childhood trauma. Okay, I've never been really good at the phone. Please don't ask me to be secretary. I've never been good at the phone. Right? Let me tell you about my early childhood trauma. I was like 6 years old. For Christmas, back in elementary school. For Christmas, we used to make several like 10 to 12 hour drive to the countryside, right? Where my family is from. Where most of my family lives. The countryside. Right? For Christmas. So, first grade, second grade, third grade. Yeah, so. I remember we were in the countryside for Christmas. Margarado, thank you for the super chat. And there's an older cousin. Right, if at the time I was like 6 years old, she had to be like maybe she has like 9 to 10 years older than me, right? Right, so she had to be like 15 or 16, 17, something around there, right? This cousin of mine is a very popular girl, right? She has won beauty pageants. She's very, very popular, right? So, because she's so popular, she gets like a lot of phone calls, right? For some reason, she asked me, 6-year-old, to answer the phone. Give you context, we're at my great-grandmother's house. Right? So, she's so popular, she expects people to call my great-grandma, her grandmother, my great-grandmother is her grandmother. She expects people to call my great-grandmother's house asking for her. My cousin's, like, street nickname, okay, this is not her name, but this is just the nickname out in the wild that she loves to go by, Cherry. That's her nickname that the people know her by. That is not her legal name. That's just what all her friends call her. And when she introduces herself, right? Cherry. That's her stage name. Cherry. So, my cousin, Cherry, comes to me, 6-year-old Charlotte Suzu. Hey, if anybody asks for me, they might call me Cherry. If anybody asks for me, just say I'm not here. Okay? Yeah. Alright. So I'm like, okay. Instructions clear. If anybody asks for my cousin, say she's not here. Everybody is out talking and stuff, you know. All the adults are hanging out. Phone rings. I answer the phone. This is where my trauma from the phone comes from. I answer the phone. There's a girl on the other line. Hello? Hello? Can I speak to Cherry, please? Is Cherry there? I'm sorry, she's not here. That's it? Yeah, she's not here. Oh my god, what is wrong with you? What is seriously wrong with you? She's not here. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this again. Is Cherry there? I'm sorry, she's not here. What is wrong with you? I hang up the phone. Okay, wait, what the fudge is that? What the fudge is that? That is where my childhood trauma with the phone. So, even if I follow the instructions, also, by my voice, this person ought to know I was a child! Like, what the fudge? What the fudge is this person freaking out at? Like, very obviously, like, holy fudge! Holy fudge! And you think my voice sounds like a child right heck now? I was super baby back then! She from my voice, it should be so obvious she is talking to a small child. I don't understand what her problem was. Okay, again, she called like in like a frantic. I remember her voice. She called like frantic, like, "Oh, is Cherry there? What is wrong with you?" Right? And she hangs up in a rage. She's okay. I'm going to ask you again. Is Cherry there? No, sorry, she's not here. What is wrong with you? Hangs up the phone. Right? And then I'm like just dumbfounded. So I'm like, well, if I pick up the phone and the stranger is on the other end, they're just gonna yell at me. They're just gonna berate me. There we go. Childhood trauma. And then, 2 minutes after this, the phone rings again. This is my great-grandmother's house, by the way. Okay, my cousin Cherry did not live with my great-grandma. I don't know how yeah, let's just call her grandma's house. She might be over her at grandma's. Right? 2 minutes later, the phone rings again. I'm like, I'm just gonna get yelled at by some weird lady on the other end. I pick up the phone and I'm like, hello? A normal sounding girl on the other end answers. Hello? Yeah, is Cherry there? No, she's not here. Okay, thank you, bye. Hangs up the phone. Wow, a normal interaction. And then there was no other calls for the rest of the day. Now you know my childhood trauma with the phone and why I should not be your secretary. Okay? Alright. Don't ask me to answer the phone on your behalf. Okay? Don't ask me, don't call me, and don't tell me to answer the phone. Okay? So, back to this lady. So, like I said yesterday, the 3-day weekend was good for my mental health. Woke up Monday, feeling alright, feeling refreshed. For once, not wanting to stab myself in the face. Having to wake up to go to work. 30 minutes into the workday. To sum it up, Thursday, last week Thursday, a woman asks for a burger. If you ask for a burger, you will be put on the line in a queue. I give her instructions on how to dodge the queue. She does not follow the instructions, so she ends up in the queue. She gets mad that she's in the queue and proceeds to be a diva Karen and CC 3 higher-ups. 3 higher-ups complaining about being put on the queue, being put on the line, having to wait in line. When literally I told her, this is how you skip the line. She did not hecking do the thing I told her to do in order to skip the line. So, and hacking higher-ups! One higher-up who saw this, who was tagged and saw this, immediately bends the knee. I don't like this because this is rewarding bad behavior. We should not reward bad Karen behavior! So I get stressed out. Right? Because of course the higher up is like, okay, well, we see your burger request. It is okay. I understand your problem. Charlotte will take care of it today. So, that was yesterday. Today! Me and... If you remember Project Manager Dude that I mentioned from time to time, me and Project Manager Dude, I don't know, Project Manager Dude wanted to like hack and insert himself. Whatever, it's whatever, man. So he does half of the burger, I do half of the burger. We give it to her yesterday, like she demanded. Today, she's like, I've received the burger. I would like, but we need to have a meeting about the burger. Please note that the thing that set her off yesterday was Zoomer Girl asking to have a meeting about the burger she requested. So, because Zoomer Girl asked her for a meeting, she was like, I don't have time for meetings, just make my burger, I don't have time for meetings. It cried to 3 higher-ups, but now today she wants a meeting? I'm like, what kind of fudging hacking nonsense is this? Right, so now she wants me. I'm like, what the fudge? So Zoomer Girl sees this. She wants meeting. I will facilitate. Zoomer Girl gets the meeting scheduled. 5 minutes later, we're all in Microsoft Teams. I see that some people are piling in. What? The meeting is like 11 a.m. I see some people piling in the Microsoft Teams meeting at like 10:57, but I'm like, nope. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, it's short notice, but it is what it is. Nope, I'm gonna wait until 11 a.m. I log into the meeting 11 a.m. on the dot. In the room is Lady, Zoomer Girl, and Project Manager already. Project Manager is like, hi, Charlotte! Good morning! I'm like, good morning. Then, Zoomer Girl says, Lady Supervisor has a conflict, so she probably will not be joining, so I guess we could get started. I think Microsoft Teams is more triggering than a phone call. Yup. Lady, customer lady, who requested a burger, says, okay, yeah, I think I've said my apologies, you said your apologies, we've both said our apologies, and I was about to tweet this out, but I said, let me pay attention in this hacking meeting, because I'm already stressed out because of yesterday. And I was about to tweet this out, but I was like, what apologies? I'm not apologizing for jack sheets! What the fudge? I'm not apologizing. What the fudge is this? What do you mean my apologies? What the fudge did I do? I told you how to avoid all of this. You didn't hacking lesson to me. What the fudge? So maybe in like the 3 minutes at 10:57, they apologize to each other. Whatever, mother fudger. I was not part of that, but I'm like, fudge out of here. I'm not apologizing for jack sheets. Okay. Like, what the fudge? I did nothing wrong. I told you how to dodge the car accident. You did not listen. You cannot then complain. Then you got into a car accident. I literally told you how to avoid all this. then we go over some stuff. I talk. Zoomer girl talks. Project manager dude talks. She is happy. Okay. Alright. And then, later in the day, a few hours later, a lady supervisor texts us all, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I had a meeting with customer lady. She said that she was sorry for escalating, that she was under a lot of stress, and that stress kind of boiled over." And I'm thinking, and I gave this message like a thumbs up. But I'm thinking, okay, but you are putting stress on me. And I swear to fudge, sometimes I am stressed out, but I don't flip out at people like this. What the fudge? And you like flipping out and tattling on higher ups when literally you could have just talked. Like literally, if you have a problem, literally, you could just literally call me. Could you literally just call me? Even the higher ups could call me for clarification. This does not need to be turned into drama. Literally, just hecking call me. I can explain things or clarify things or what the fudge. I don't know. Like, I don't think people being stressed out is like an excuse. Okay, because I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out a lot. But I'm just not flipping out at people. I don't know. It's just whatever. The drama has been resolved, and apparently she has put in a good word to the higher ups as atonement. But like, dude, I couldn't I get, especially, in the past few months, I've been really super stressed out. Right? Being super stressed out. From work things. From VTuber-related things. Right? So, it's like... Yeah, I don't need people to, hacking blow up, for no darn reason. And like I said, I'm highly susceptible to stress hives. If I get stressed out enough, I get allergy hives. Right? I get allergy hives on my hands, or on my feet, or sometimes on my throat. Right? And if there's hive on my throat, guess what? It's hard for me to talk. I cannot stream. And this happened 2 weeks in a row. Last week and the week before. That's why I'm having to last Tuesday and then the previous Tuesday. That's why gotta move stream. Oh, sorry, gotta short stream. I can't talk. Right? Cause my stress results in hives. I got hive yesterday because of this nonsense. So my left foot, it's actually kind of hard to walk on my left foot because I got a stress hive on my left foot, so it's painful and itchy. It's better today. But it takes 24 to 48 hours for the darn thing to go away. So it's yeah, thank you for fudging me over for the next 24 hours. Because if it's on my foot, then it's hard for me to walk. If it's on my hands, then it's hard for me to type and be at the computer or hold the controller. And if it's, worst of all, if it's on my throat, it's in my throat, then it's hard for me to talk. And then I cannot stream. And meetings are painful. And it hurts to swallow. Can I win the lottery so I can quit my job? so I can get rid of some stressors. Please. Please. Yeah, I'm susceptible to stress hives. I get stress hives if I get stressed out from something too much. Yeah. But this trauma has been resolved, so any foot does not hurt as much today as it did yesterday. Yesterday I was limping. But now I have to re-record this song. Now I have to re-record this song. I have to re-record this song. Yeah. Okay. I did not mean to yell so much. Because I had to spend the next couple of hours recording. Person in charge of fourth original song was like, nope, take this back. It's raw. Dudes, make sure you vote. Make sure you vote for Ionia 5th original song genre. Okay, tomorrow is the last day. And I'm going to record now, but before I leave, I'm gonna do the scandal. Okay, bonus round, Australia versus USA. Do I want kebapi roll? What is kebapi? Or do I want mango with Tajin and chamoy? Or mango? What is kebapi? I like fries. I like mango. I'll go with the mango. Cause I don't know what kebapi is. Okay, USA versus England. Personal pizza versus onion, bhajis, chips, and mint yogurt. Left or right? England versus England. Chili dog versus chana masala. Left or right? Left or right? Okay, initially I thought this was IRL, and then like, wait a second. Ireland versus Ireland! Chicken curry and rice with a bottle of Moretti versus onion hot dog with ketchup. Left or right? The left has it. versus USA! Chicken and chips versus the anti-hero. 2-foot-long hot dog inside 11 powdered donuts, mustard ketchup drizzle. Left or right? Right is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, yeah, because after you eat it, you will die. It's the end of your life experience. Czech Republic versus England. Sausage and beer versus chicken curry and chips. Italy versus USA! Double cheeseburger with chips on a roll versus buffalo chicken tenders and fries. Left or right? England versus USA! Pizza. Okay, this looks like what they would serve us in school. Like, this is like school lunch pizza overcooked. Versus fried chicken bao buns. Left or right? This is school lunch pizza. Overcooked school lunch pizza. It's very nostalgic looking, actually. Australia versus New Zealand. Victory burger versus pork dumplings. Get 10 of them. Left or right? Switzerland? Question mark? Sui. I guess Switzerland versus England. Enclosed bun hot dog with ketchup mayo. With fries, mayo, barbecue sauce. Versus Thai noodles with crispy chicken balls. Left or right? Nisu. Will this be a perfect score? Lastly, USA versus USA! Mac and cheese made with penne, not macaroni. Versus Monster Burger. Cheeseburger with a chicken trip, and 2 mozzarella sticks. Left or right? Select carefully. The rate has it. Let's see if that's correct. Perfect score! Nice job. Congratulations. TBN, thank you for the one gifted membership. Later this week! Members! Slim, thank you for 21 months membership. Later this week, members, you will be able to decide next week's entire stream schedule! Including Slim for the jewels. Okay? On Saturday, you'll be able to decide. Monday stream. Wait. Yeah, Monday stream. Tuesday stream. Thursday stream. Friday stream. And maybe Saturday stream. We'll see. So thank you for the super chat. We'll see, cause Aeonia collab should be coming soon to discuss the winner and also do the drawing for the people who've won a gacha, like a postcard, signed postcard, yeah. TBN, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. So yeah, that should be coming like next weekish. Early July, definitely. Okay? Early July. Today, this morning, we got the final key visual for the concert. Yeah. It's too early to reveal it. So, but we'll be reviewing it maybe like a month or two. We'll see. I don't know, 2 months may be too late. More like a month and a half. Or maybe we could review it next week. I don't know. But yeah, today we got the final key visual. Yeah. So we got the key visual for the concert. Thank you so much for 47 months membership. Ngoo. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Don't think so. Yeah. Alright. Might not see you tomorrow. Unless there's like surprise stream, but I usually don't do surprise streams. Yeah, but yeah, gonna be re-recording this Stern song. Hopefully I'll get it right. Or hopefully I'll get it to an acceptable standard. Okay. Alright. You know what? Star Fox 64. Star Fox Nintendo Switch 2. That's the next stream on Thursday. Ha. See you on Thursday for Star Fox Nintendo Switch 2. I'm excited for that. try to make it a longer stream. I feel like all the streams have been kind of short because I'm like, gotta record, gotta work on concert stuff. Well, I got sick, well, yeah, so, yeah, I'll be, streaming for a little longer. So I feel like the last time you had, like, a long stream was, like, during the, Kimono Tea Time era. But after that, it's been, like, kind of shorter streams. Okay, but yeah, still a little... Oh my gosh. Wait, but okay. I cannot tell you the context of this. But yesterday, I had to do it again. Okay, I cannot tell you the context of this. Wait, let me get it for you. Wait. Save image. Boys, dudes, we have yet again found ourselves in this situation. We have yet again found ourselves in this situation. I cannot tell you the context. But we have found ourselves yet again in this situation. This is like the third time in like 2 months. Hope things work out. I hope so too. But yes, the third time. Okay. It's okay. Things will work out. Discussions are being had. Decisions are being made. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes I just want to sit here and I'm like, Guys, did you see this thing on Twitter? On VTuber Twitter? I want to complain about it. Wait, before I go away, let me ask you a question. This is like a little bit of a... It's like a little bit of a... drama tubing on my part. I saw a tweet and I just felt super bad for the girl. Sorry, this person is like 30 plus years old. I saw it super bad for the woman who made this because people are like dragging her in the comments. Okay. I don't know. Maybe dudes, male, dude, bro, fellas feel differently about this than women. Because women were like, what the fudge, that's creepy. But I'm like, I don't know. Okay. There is a woman, I saw this tweet. And she's being like dragged. There is a woman who is like, I made a work friend, a friend at work. We're older. We have like children, like adult children around the same age. So we bonded over that. She was going through a tough time. So I wrote her like a bunch of poetry. Like 1,000-word poetry. And I gave it to her as a gift because I know she was going through a tough time. But then she was like,
ew, what? That's weird. I don't want this.
Right? And so now I'm embarrassed. And people are like, what the fudge? Why would you do that? There's a limit to just be yourself. That's so cringe. What the fudge? You don't do that. That's way too much. You should have just baked her a lasagna. Right? Nobody, that's like handing somebody your mixtape when they didn't ask. And I'm like, I don't know, like I just feel like even if it was cringe, like okay, if somebody did that and they felt like that was too much, I feel like you could just be nice. I don't know, I feel like you shouldn't have to say, ooh,
that's so weird and creepy, ew.
Well, you didn't have to do all that. Like, even if you thought as much, like, what is the harm in being like, oh, nice, thank you so much for thinking of me. Take it home and then, like, never read it. I don't know. To me, it's like, why can't you just be nice? Even if you thought, dude, I have been in more than a handful of situations where another person approaches me in a cringe way. As long as it is harmless. I just smile and nod. Yep, that's cringe. Yep, you do not understand the social cues here. But I will do everything in my power to just make you feel comfortable. It is alright, you are so good. Like, as long as it's not harmful, you know? I don't know, like, people could just be nice. What is it? You don't have to be so heckin' mean, man. You are just mean. Like I say, kindness is the most important stat. I don't know. I saw that and it's like... I don't know, recently I've been like blocking mother fudgers like on Twitter. And I think they're just being heckin' mean. For no darn heckin' reason. I'm like, well, I don't want that energy, cause next thing you know, like heckin' somebody's gonna heckin' like come across heckin' me and then try to be mean to me, so let's just nip this in the bud. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to be so heckin' mean, man. There you go, that's my bit of drama tubing for today. That's me. interesting bit of trauma tubing. Also, another bit of trauma tubing. Okay, wait, another bit of trauma tubing. I saw this just before I started stream. I saw this VTuber. I don't know her, but I saw this VTuber be like, as of today, I am graduating because none of you donate to me. I'm graduating because none of you donate to me. And like, what? Well, I don't know. Let me tell you something. As traditionally one of the lowest earners in the company I was part of for 3.5 years, as traditionally one of the lowest earners, the YouTube payout is not so much a motivation for me to graduate. The state of the YouTube ad revenue is less of a motivation for me to graduate and more like whether I feel like I'm going any heckin' where. Like I'm heckin' going anywhere. They feel like I'm being productive. You know? They feel like I'm like putting out some, you know, at least like I'm not intentionally funny, I'm accidentally funny. You know? If I feel like, well, yeah, I'm not super popular or well known, but the 5 dudes who do show up, they had like a good time for like an hour or two, you know? You know? I saw a lol or two in the chat. 45 minutes apart from each other. You know. So somebody got some passing amusement. You know. That's more of like how I feel. That's more of like how I feel about like the state of VTubing than like hecking anything else. You know, like whether or not that's more of my ruler, like whether or not I should graduate or not. Cause every now and then I think, well, I wonder if I should consider graduating. But you know what? You know, because I get a lol in the chat every 45 minutes, like one dude with his face like, but he still types lol. He's nice enough to type lol in the chat. Even though he's looking at the screen like, right? I'm like, okay, I won't graduate. It's alright. I'll see if I can keep going. When was the last maybe I should graduate? Oh, a few months ago. Like I said, like oftentimes, especially cause of like the stress of this year, like I would say like the start of this year, you know, has not been very good. You know, it's been a roller coaster. You know, it's not been very good. So a lot of like stress, So like a lot of the times, like as of this year, I've been not thinking about graduation, but more like I don't want to stream. I don't want to stream. Right? But like I said, even though I may start off thinking I don't want to go live, when I do not regret it. Cause Yeah, it always makes me feel better. Always lifts my mood. Like I said, from the 5 years I've been streaming, like literally only 2 times ever I regretted going live. Like it came out feeling worse than when I went in. So only 2 times ever I ever regretted going live. Thank you, George. Thank you for the jewels. Right. And the last time I felt like that, I was like... Yeah, when we were still in the company. Okay, when we were still in the company. No, not Ace Combat. No, not Ace Combat. Okay. That's more like I regret playing this game on stream, but not necessarily regretting streaming. Okay? Yeah, not Ace Combat. No, I'm not gonna tell you like which streams they were. It was one like maybe pretty early on, like maybe in the first 2 years of debut, and one that was I wanna say like, and yeah, at this point I think it was like 2 years. Yeah, I think it was like over 2 years ago. So yeah, so the last stream I like regretted was like 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah. Do you want us to make you a poem book then? If you write it, I will read it. Even if I'm not like even if I don't really vibe with it. Even if I don't really vibe with it, like I won't be heckin' rude about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna be heckin' rude about it. Like even if I don't really vibe with it, like somebody heckin' thought of Charlotte Suzu. Somebody heckin' thought of me. So like at least I can heckin' do is, be heckin' appreciative. And like you don't have to be mean, Even if you're not vibing with it. As long as it's harmless. Sometimes it may not be harmless. But as long as if it's harmless, like you don't have to be mean. You said one of the streams you regretted or one of us was about yeah, I would say more than just one person though, like I don't know. I felt like the vibes were kind of fudged, okay? In the chat that day, the vibes were kind of fudged. I believe it was like a stream in like the first 2 years of debut or something. Like I remember the stream, I just don't remember like what year it was. Yeah. Yeah, the vibes in the chat were kind of fudged, so I'm like, right? But the second time, that was on me. That was me fudging up the vibes. That was entirely my fault. So yeah, the first time, yeah, that was on you, dudes. The second time, that was my fault. But like I said, out of the literal hundreds of streams I've done over the past 5 years, literally I've only ever regretted 2 streams. Going live twice. Guys, going live and streaming, even if it's just fudging around on Tuesday, makes me feel better. It lifts my mood. Alright, I'm gonna go record this song. Thank you dudes for hanging out with me. See you on Thursday for Star Fox Nintendo Switch 2! Going. Appreciate you all being here! Wish you all good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Please take care of yourselves!